Hello everyone, welcome to all. Today we are going to learn about supply analysis. This presentation will cover introduction, meaning of supply, definition of supply, supply schedule. There are two schedules, individual supply schedule and market supply schedule. And the last point is determinants of supply. Introduction. The basic function of a producer is to produce goods and services which are offered for sale in the market. As we learned in demand analysis, there is inverse relationship between price and demand. And now here in supply analysis, there is a direct relationship or positive relation between price and supply. The market forces, that is supply and demand, determine the price of goods and services. Therefore, the study of supply is as important as the study of demand. The term supply indicates the relationship between price and quantity supplied. It is important to understand supply and its related concepts. See the first concept, output, total output. Output is produced through the process of production. Okay. Producer undertake production of goods and services which earn more profit to them. So thus total output can be defined as the sum total of the quantity of the commodity produced at a given period of time in the economy. Given period of time means in one day or 1 week, 1 month, 1 year and so on. That is given period of time. Therefore, total output is total amount of commodities produced during a period of time with the help of all factors of production employed by the firm. As we know that all factors of production, what are the factors of production? That is land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Without factors of production, producer not able to produce any good or any services. So it is helpful all factors of production to employed by the firm. See the chart, inputs. What are the inputs? There are four factors: labor, capital, management, entrepreneur. They are inputs. Next, transformation. Economic system transforms inputs to outputs. Okay, that is output. We get output, that is goods and services. Next is concepts of stock. Stock is the source of supply. Without stock, supply is not possible. Stock is the total quantity of commodity available for a sale with a seller at a particular point of time. Point of time means at that time. If seller want to sell his product at the point that time, at that time he have some stock of that commodity. So with a seller at a particular point of time, it is available, commodity available for at that time. It is potential supply. By increasing production, stock can be increased. What is potential supply? Means total supply of commodity that can be offered for sale at a favorable time or suitable time. For example, raincoat or umbrella in rainy season, right? In the case of durable goods, the entire stock of goods may not be offered for sale if its market price is low. A part of it is stored. But in case of perishable goods like vegetables, milk, fish, etc., stock may be equal to supply because they cannot be stored for longer period of time. Generally, stock is more than supply because total stock consists of current stock and previous stock. Next is meaning of supply. Supply is a relative term. It is always expressed in relation to price, time and quantity. Demand and supply are interrelated aspects of market. Supply refers to quantity of a commodity that a seller is willing and able to offer for sale at a particular price during a certain period of time. For example, suppose farmers produces 2000 kg of rupees, that is his total stock. At rupees 30 per kg, he offers 800 kg of rice. 800 kg of rice means for sale at a given period of time, that is his actual supply. I tell you another example. Producer produces 5000 plates, this is his total stock, and he is offered 4000 plates. In the transportation, 100 plates were broken, so 4000 minus 100, that is 3900 plates are his actual supply. It is clear that concept of supply highlights four essential elements, that is quantity of commodity, willingness to sell, price of the commodity, and time period. Definition of supply. According to Paul Samuelson, supply refers to the relation between market prices of the amount of goods that producers are willing to supply. Means supply is that part of stock which is actually brought into the market for sale at a particular time and at a particular price. Next is supply schedule. There are two supply schedules, individual supply schedule and market supply schedule. Individual supply schedule refers to a table which shows various quantities of a commodity offered by a single seller for sale at different prices during a given period of time. See the table. Price when the price is 1 per unit, the price is per unit is 1. The quantity of supplied is 10. When the price is increased, that is 2, the quantity of supplied X is 20. Means when the price is increased, quantity of supplied is also increased. There is a direct relation or there is a positive relation between price and quantity supplied. When the price again increase in 3, 2 to 3, the quantity supplied of X is also increased, that is 30. See the graph. X-axis is indicate the quantity supplied and y-axis indicates the price. This is a quantity supplied curve, supply curve. It is upward from left to right. Next is market supply schedule. It refers to a table which shows various quantity of a commodity offered for sale by all the sellers in the market at different prices during a given period of time. See the table. Price per unit. When the price is 1, supply of commodity X is 10 by seller A. There is a different seller. So when the price per unit is 1, the seller supply of commodity is 10 by seller A, 20 by seller B, and 30 by seller C. The market supply of per unit A plus B plus C means seller A, seller B, and seller C is a total 60. Again, when the prices increase, that is 2, the supply of commodity X is 20 by seller A, 30 by seller B, and 40 by seller C, and again A plus B plus C, that is 90. Means market supply of total unit, that is A plus B plus C. See the graph. X-axis indicates the quantity supply and y-axis indicates the price. This is supply curve. It upwards from left to right. Determinants of supply. Price of commodity. Price is an important factor influencing the supply. See, more is supplied at a higher price and less is supplied at a lower price. Next is state of technology. Technological improvements reduce the cost of production, which leads to an increase in production and supply. Application of the advanced technology enables the producers to produce goods on large scale at a lower cost. Next is cost of production. If the factor increases, the cost of production also increases. If the factor increases, the cost of production also increases. Thus, supply will decreases. See, changes in prices of factors of production like rent, wages, interest affects the cost of production. Next is infrastructural facility. Infrastructure is in the form of transport, communication and power influences the production process as well as supply. Shortage of these facilities decreases the supply. If means of transport and communication are well developed, the extent of market would be wide, that is supply will again increase. Next is government policies. Government policies like taxation, subsidies, industrial policies, etc. may encourage or discourage production and supply depending upon the government policy measures. A tax on the commodity will raise the cost of production and reduce the supply, while the subsidy on the other hand will provide an incentive to increase production and to supply. Next is natural conditions. The supply of agricultural products depends on the natural conditions. A favorable climatic condition will increase supply of agricultural goods. So the supply of agricultural products depends on the natural conditions. Next point is future expectations about prices. If the prices are expected to rise in the near future, the producer may withhold the stock. This will reduce the supply. Other factors. First is there are three other factors. First is nature of market. In a competitive market, the supply of goods would be more due to large number of sellers. Second is prices of other goods. An increase in the prices of other goods makes them more profitable in comparison to a given commodity. And the third point is exports and imports. Exports reduce the supply of goods within the country, whereas imports increase the supply of goods.